So we are off to the Homestead campsite, dot campsite. It's going to be a pretty gnarly road to get out there below the Hawkton Range and the Otago saddle. So if you've never been out there before, it's going to be cool. Cool adventure. We feel like we should be dressing up in 1800 clothes, and maybe we should film in black and white. It's going to be old school. So we've been pretty careful with where we've taken our caravan over the years. It's our home. But this episode, we're taking it on the roughest road we've been on. But this road takes us into the backcountry, somewhere isolated, remote, a place that we know that we'll love. And most people wouldn't bother coming these ways with other similar options in the area, and this road or track is tough on vehicles. But we've never been here and we've got the time. But before our story begins in Cromwell, I'm Mike and this is Soph, and we've got our 3 kids, Jade, Riley and Toby. And we've been living on the road adventuring for 2.5 years now. There are so many places that we've been, and we've even camped not too far from this location. But let's go see what the Homestead is all about.
Kia ora everyone, from Cromwell. We are off today on a huge new adventure. We're going to go find gold in them there hills.
Hey, so what a vlogger.
Always waiting for Mike, so just thought. Yesterday Mike went and bought a gold pan from Mitre 10, and Toby has been going absolutely hundy on the pack up today because he wants to get out there and get some gold.
Gonna be rich.
Let's see if we can find him. Hold on. Of course we find him in the truck, the only one ready to go. Why are you in such a hurry, Tobes?
I want to go gold panning.
Have you done most of the pack up today? You have. You worked pretty hard getting everything done. Anything you couldn't do, you were telling us to do for you.
So before we get this trip underway, we'll show you where we're headed. Right between Mount St. Bathans and the Hawkton Ranges, and it's about 100 kilometres or so from Cromwell. We just love the drive through the gorge in central Otago with its big open spaces and rugged rocky terrain. We're just filling up with some water and using the dump station here at Otago. It's a bit easier to get out here. They just ask for a donation, so it means we don't have to tow with full tanks all the way from Alexandria or Cromwell, and makes it a bit easier on the truck. So fill up here and carry on our way. Well, cool, we're all loaded up with water now. We're just hoping that the spot we're going to be able to swim in the river. It's definitely feeling pretty hot right now, but it's kind of the headwaters of the Manuhirika River, and it might be pretty shallow, especially because it hasn't rained for weeks.
Put the pickup into drive, chase the dawn, burn the light, let's go. Take the change from our savings jar, grab the Gibson, ditch the phone, let's roll.
We passed a few friendly 4-wheel drivers who moved right off the edge of the road for us, which made it way easier with the caravan.
Even if the road is all we know, I'll be home to you, home to you. I'll be home to you, home to you. Watch the world fade out of you, darling, all I wanna see is you. Anywhere you wanna go, feels like home whenever I'm with you. Maybe where we go and all we'll need are these big dreams. And even though tomorrow is unknown.
Cool everyone, we have made it. I didn't expect the track to be that rough actually. It was probably the hardest track we've done getting to a campsite. Very slow, we're in first gear quite a lot of the times. But this is the Homestead campsite. We're going to show you the Homestead soon. Pretty remote and isolated out here, eh? Amazing that there's all these pine trees here. Just someone came out here, what, 80 years ago and planted some pines. Crazy. So after becoming fascinated with this area and its history, I did a Facebook post and got a bit more info from people who know about the area. This area was originally farmed before it went into conservation land, likely through a land swap from the Crown, but I'm unsure about that. The old homestead here was lost to a fire, and I cannot locate a photo of the home online. I imagine this would be a hard place to live and farm and could easily become cut off with the ford you need to cross, and in the winter, snow. Someone mentioned that they came through that ford and water came over the bonnet, it was running so high. So tough place to live. But we ventured this way last winter but didn't make it all the way due to the road having extreme permafrost thaw. I often get asked about pets, and since we were with some friends with dogs, yes, dogs are allowed out here. And due to our remote location, I was surprised to see that there were some water taps around the campsite, which is pretty helpful to know. I can't remember what the information was about this shelter. I assume an old hunter's hut or a worker's accommodation. Had a fireplace and kitchen area, no beds though. But if you have any information on this area and its history, I'd be grateful to hear and learn more. It's such an incredibly wild place. And just in case you weren't sure on how to get out of this building in case of a fire, luckily they put a sign up for you. What an incredible big open country space, eh? These are the Hawkton Ranges, absolutely stunning. I'll show you a photo of in winter when we were out this way. They look magical, these mountains. It is a Saturday today and it is it's quite busy out here actually for such a remote place. There's quite a few caravans out here and a few four-wheel drive day trippers. We did discover that this place is a bit of a 4x4 driver's paradise with loads of exploring that can be done up into the hills. Looks like the old bridge has seen better days, I reckon. Good to know that there is plenty of water in the river for us to have a swim. It's actually probably the coolest day we've had in a while. It's about 21, 22 degrees, which is nice. But look, there's a good little swimming hole just there. Enough to cool off in anyway. It's a bit of a track that heads further up this valley, so we reckon we can get down to the river, but there's not really anywhere to park here. So we might just go up this other track and see where it leads and if there's any other good spots to park up. It's always nice to be able to try and park the caravan close to water, but this time I don't think it was going to be worth it. So dusty this track, me and Safa given up on the windows. We did them up and just turned the air conditioning on. It was dusty. We're going so slow on this track that the dust is going faster than we are. Such an untouched paradise, eh? Just went for a bit of a swim, it's not too cold either.
Now I stand by your side. Oh, on our own time. Oh, we'll be alright as long as we stay side by side.
Alright, tonight's pretty basic dinner. We're just having a bit of salad with some chicken nibbles. Jade's on the salad. We've got a video uploading. This video here is going to be Kids Bush, so that'll let you know how far behind we are. What are we on? 62%. Jade's on cutting up some celery stuff. Yeah, we're all the way out here in the Moonies at the Homestead campsite. Wireless Nation, we've got full reception, so that's really good. So we can upload some videos. Always shopping for the specials, and New World had cheap chicken nibbles. Sounds good to me. Oh, pretty standard yum dinner tonight. Some chicken, some salad. Beautiful evening out here. It's cooling down quite a bit though. I guess we are quite high up here. We're over 700 metres of elevation. So expecting a little bit cooler, but yeah, catch up with you tomorrow, I think. See you later. The next morning, we drove further into the hills to where the east and west branch of the Manuhirika River meet, because we all know that Toby wanted to spend some time having a go at gold panning. In fact, I think we all did. Everyone was in on it, and everyone was wanting to have a go, hoping to find that sparkly stuff. Although no one really knows what we were doing other than what we've seen from TV or YouTube videos, but it was fun to have a try. There's lots of exploring and adventures to be had out here, as well as dock huts for overnight tramps. We did some walks and runs, but also a lot of chilling out, soaking up these views. Always super grateful to be able to get some free seafood or some venison. So tonight's just going to be an epic dinner. We're eating seafood and we're eating fresh venison that was caught just up the hill here, out in this remote wild place. How good is that? Jade, you must be so looking forward to it.
Oh, mate.
You must be so looking forward to it. But before we get to cooking, mate, we just got to cook one of these vegetarian chicken-styled burgers. That's what Jade's going to have with his salad. Our new friend Mike is a keen hunter-gatherer, and he got up early and went for a hunt and shot a deer, which he butchered and shared out to the families. How cool! Venison is one of my favourites. Not only did we have a fresh venison, but we also had this big Fjordland crayfish, thanks to Alex who shared it with us. So awesome having people share stuff with us. We also like to share a bit of this food with others we're camping with too. So it's getting a bit of seasoning going on in these meats and some simple homemade marinade for the steak, and pretty much this whole time, Jade was on a video call with her new class for Takuta at 6 PM of all school times. This was feeling like one of those nights to remember. Great weather, delicious gathered food, great people, and incredible scenery.
Stare down the railings, only the four winds will ride. I gave you oceans, I gave you oceans in my mind.
Pretty scrumptious dinner, very grateful for friends and people that give us these like delicacy foods. So enjoyed by us. How's yours, Riley?
Right.
Right?
Couldn't blame them the day I found her, with a promise with me, willing to see.
Toast the body.
Are we only seven? Are we ever coming home? At times I wonder, help me understand. Is that okay? Nowhere to live, just flying too close to the sun. Followed an ocean that lifted us up from the ground. New revelation, a sign we could make it somehow. No way to reason, only the beacon.
Well everybody, this was the Homestead dock campsite, free to camp here. It's been really a beautiful place to be sitting out, looking at all the scenery. We've been the only people here the last couple of nights. It's been fun. If you're thinking about coming out here in the winter time, this road gets the freeze-thaw problem, and it gets very, very sticky and muddy, and the road's pretty poor condition, but just maybe do a recce. St. Bathans is a good place to park up, or Ranfurly, come out for a drive. Beautiful place to spend a bit of time though. We'll see you in our next episode. So, it's actually really foggy this morning. Look at the mountains. And it's quite cold. And today is supposed to be super hot, so we have packed up like really early. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, and we're about to hit the road. Gotta go find somewhere to swim. It's supposed to be 30 degrees today. All right, catch up with you in the next one.
These winding roads will lead me home. To you I'll go. I know these stepping stones I've walked alone. To you, my home. Now I stand by your side.